As promised, today's lecture will be on death and dying. It's an important issue at this time, seeing that we have had a few deaths in the group, and there are people struggling with issues within the group. Some of us are preparing to depart. Some of us love those of us who are preparing to depart. Okay. So the lesson is the same. One of the most important things in living is dying. Death begins when life begins. Somehow, inside of us, we have been taught to escape it, to want to escape death. It isn't possible. It just isn't possible. Number one, because anything, hear the word, thing, something tangible, that comes into being, leaves. Now, there's an important law in the universe that says, I think it says matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It just changes form. It's an important statement, a very important statement. What does that say about us? That which is form has to pass. That is the nature of form. But that which animates form is not a thing. It is what we are. And it is eternal. Now, we can get into some things about reincarnation. That is always an issue when we begin to speak about life and death. I've said there is no such thing as reincarnation. There is only incarnation. All time, the illusion of time, exists simultaneously. It all is in the eternal moment now. It simply means when the body that we inhabit at what appears to be this moment falls. It does not mean that every body in creation falls simultaneously. Realities exist together. It is how you can have a dream and wake up, and somewhere in that day or the next day or the week or so, the events that were experienced in that dream will be seen and experienced. It could not be if it were not already so. It is already so. We just perceive in one line of reality at a time. And we perceive that way because we have been taught to perceive in that manner. I am now, I am forever. You may have heard something like that somewhere before. I am forever. Forever. Forever is the eternal moment now. The way we experience in this moment all the aspects of reality is by being present now, which is a very difficult thing for people to do. We like to think of the future. We like to think of the past, and we try to live in those things. You must prepare for what appears to be the future. You must learn from what appears to be the past. But you can only live now. To know the totality of your own being now. Now, this goes for those of us who are dying and those of us who will be dying in the future. Don't think you're going to get away from it. You're not going to escape it. Okay. Now, I've said to you before, come to grips with your death. Death is the great advisor on how to live. How to live. That doesn't mean you have to go out and do 10,000 different things. Do those things that your heart calls for. But what it means is the depth of experience of the moment now. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you are clipping your toenails, clip those toenails. Be present here now. You will see the light. Do now, present now. In that moment, you will learn your only moment of power is right here, right now. To those of us who are leaving in the not too distant future, and to those of us who feel you have extended time. You know, I'm like a bad penny. They keep declaring me dead and I keep showing up. I may be dragging a leg or two, but I'm here. Okay. Be present now. Laugh now. To those people around you, say and do everything you need to say and do now. Because when they leave, there will be no need of regrets. If you say it and do it now. I've dealt with death and dying for a long time with people, and I hear, I wish I had. I wish I had said this. I wish I had done that. Well, let's ask the question, what kept you from it? Your own crap. Great cosmic crap. Okay? That's all. Look at someone when you speak to them. Be honest in your feelings when you speak to them. Do not look to them for validation. Validate yourself by the experience of yourself. Love yourself now. And I know, I hear it quite a bit. I love myself when I see only selfishness and lack of love in that person. Lack of expression of love. Lack of acceptance of love in that person. Acceptance of love means there's a feeling in here that will only allow me to be just and to be kind and to be caring for what appears to be my fellow man. what appears to be my fellow man. There is no fellow man. There is only me. There is only me. There is only one. We look at it as separate beings, but there is only one being. It appears to be different. I accept the appearance. I'm kind of having fun as this one, as this illusion. That's okay. It's all right. But there, in truth, is only one. I think someone said, as you do unto the least of mine, you do unto me. What does that say? We are the same. The same. If I love me, I have to do that which is loving by me. If I love me, I will do that which is loving by you. Because we are the same. Love is simply love. Period. And in the moment, if you love, there will be no regrets when that moment comes. None. Those of you who remember the passing of Oshun, she said, I see visions. What are they? And I smiled. There was no need to tell her what it was. It was a need to say, you will know soon. That was the most loving thing I could do. The most loving thing I could do, because any word I could say would only set up some illusion in her mind that had nothing to do with anything. Someone else said it beautifully. It is your paradise. You will find. You will find out. Go. So in the moment, we must be loving. In the moment, be loving. Someone irritates you. That is also an illusion. They don't irritate you. You irritate yourself by what you think of what they've said, or what they've done. You have irritated yourself because of what you think of what someone else says or does. Wow. In that moment, you're not kind and you're not loving. But what you do is you take a look in the eyes of that person and realize in a moment, never again will you look into that face. Will you look into those eyes? Never again. That day will come, whether they are leaving or you are leaving. And you don't know which one of us is going. You don't know. A few weeks ago, some weeks ago, on my second heart attack, he said, well, we're just kind of going to fix this up right here. And you go away. It's too dangerous to do the other. Go away and let's see how you fare. Okay. What's that? We're going to fix part of it. It's like having an old car. Okay. Here you go. We're going to put some new tires on it. Don't worry about the brakes. We'll put some new tires on it and you drive on off and let's see how you do out there. Okay, so we saw how I did up until Monday. I think it was Monday. Monday? I woke up in the middle of the night. Who is it? Heart attack. Are you sure? We're sure. Okay. Here we go. I was about on the 5th to have a knee replacement. But what we had decided, one of the beautiful things was I found the right doctors who realized I wasn't an idiot, which is a good thing. And when you got a doctor, you know, wow, this guy knows a little bit about this stuff too. So we looked at the film, and it was a great film. It was like a Walt Disney animation. All the blood spurting and stuff, and the colors and stuff was really great. It was so good, I forgot we were looking at my heart. It was great. There's colors and whites and reds and stuff, and we're figuring, well, if we do this, we can do this, we can do this, and okay, so we'll set it up like this. So if you want to have the knee fixed, you have to have the knee fixed before we start screwing around with the heart, because once we do the heart, you can't have the knee fixed. Okay, cool. So I'm set to go to get the knee fixed in February, next week. Heart attack, all right. So we had to go ahead and do the heart procedure first, which they've said, the other people said it's too dangerous. It is too dangerous to do. They didn't want to do it at the other hospital because they didn't want the responsibility of me dying. Well, I understand that, unless you're me. I'm the guy dying. Okay. You're just the guy that's going to go, oh, well. We got to get sued. Hey, what the hell? You're that guy. But you're going to get up in the morning and have breakfast and go for your workout and do all that kind of thing. All right. So we went for it. We did it. And I'm, in the words of that great cosmic philosopher, James Brown, I feel good. We're going to do it again in 6 weeks. 6 weeks after that, we're going to do it again. Someone says, why? Why is simple. The quality of my life prior to this was not good. Was not good. I mean, in terms of my consciousness and all that, I was great. But my body, and if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here. If I don't come off that table, so be it. So be it. But I will take the chance. Life demands that you take the risk of being alive. It demands. How can you truly be alive like this? Oh, the boogeyman is going to jump from behind every bush. Well, my philosophy is this. Let the boogeyman jump and let's find out who the real boogeyman is. Let's find out who it is. Let's dance. The music is playing. Don't you hear it? It's called life. I will live until I die. You cannot be afraid to involve yourself totally in this moment. It's not about how many things and how many different experiences you're going to have. Because we get so involved in the numbers of things, we don't experience the one thing totally. We don't experience the one thing absolutely right here, right now. This is being alive. in this reality. Now I want you to think about something. You will always be alive, not necessarily in corporal reality, but you will always be. Life is all that is. But you have come into this reality right here, right now, to have this experience. Let death teach you. When you look at that person in your life who is sick and who is dying, look at that person with love and with caring. Understand, this person is just like you. Try not to come into their lives, oh, Auntie M, how are you? You see, if you come to me that way, I'm going to look at you with all the zest of a young man and say, get the fuck out of my face. He said, fuck. Yes, I did. I am communicating to you. Do not belittle yourself or try and belittle me with that crap. I am a human being. And I am communicating. See, when I use that word, you paid attention. Oh. Remember the last time I was in, as soon as they took out the tubes? I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to start cussing. Because all these people, oh, how are we? Well, I don't know how the hell we are, but I got tubes stuck down my throat. You broke open my chest. I don't know how we are, but I'm not doing real good right now. Okay. You're laughing, so I hope you get my point. Right here, right now, the process is still going on this way. And I'm helping you to laugh. Nothing else makes any sense to me. This is life. So when you stretch out your hands and you see that person in your life who is passing or in transition or whatever nice word you want, who is dying, have some laughter in your heart. No, this is you. This is a person. The body may be feeble. It may be, but the spirit is the same as it has always been. It deserves your respect. From the healthy to the unhealthy. The unhealthy. Laugh. Respect yourself. Have fun in this moment, right here, right now. We spend too much time feeling sorry for ourselves. My life has not worked out like I wanted it. My life. Well, whose fault is that? Every time you got knocked down, did you get up? Or did you stay down? Or did you just get up to one knee? Stand all the way up. Stand all the way up and enjoy the privilege of having been knocked down. In my life, I have been knocked down in more than one way. I was an athlete. And you get together, I was a football player at one time. I was a martial artist at one time. And you get together with the guy that just kicked you in the head and have a good laugh because you were stupid enough to stand there and let him kick you in the head. You must enjoy the totality of your life, the whole of your life, all of it. You fought with your kids? Do you think you were the only one who fought with your kids? Kids fight with everybody. They're kids. You know, when you were a kid, you knew everything. Your kids know everything. There's no reasoning with them. They just want to argue with you. They just want to argue with you just to hear themselves. They want to show you how much they know, how much they've learned. And you show them, by arguing and fighting with them, you show them how much you didn't learn. By arguing and fighting with them. You got 20, 30 years on them. Should have learned something. Should have learned when to go, I see what you're doing. Go on. You will learn. And as I have said to my, no longer kids, but my old folks, you're going to give me great laughter. Well, how is that? You got kids? I'm going to get some popcorn and some soda, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch the show. And then I'll put my arms around you and pat you on the back and go, handle it. You see, life is about learning to handle it. When you know that you're going to die, you handle it. You learn about it. You learn how much all the things that you used to get bent out of shape about don't mean anything anymore. They were just ego trips. So death teaches you about your ego trip. It teaches you that. Because that no longer means anything. Just let me put my arms around you. Say, hey, it's okay. Now go away. Go on out there. Come to where I have come to. And the only way you're going to do that is through living life. Allowing it to make you move from whatever position you have dug your heels in. The love that is God. The love that is God. I didn't say the love of God. The love that is God. When you recognize, when you recognize who God is, you accept that fact, then the love that is God becomes obvious within you. You look at humanity differently. The worst misogynist, the worst racist, just the worst idiot on the planet. You look at them with a softness in your heart. And you love them. You love them because they just have not come to anything better. And you love your own children in the same way. No more fighting, no more arguing. When you can look at them through the eyes of that which you really are, God. And you, if you don't learn that in life, you will learn it out of life. Because when the body falls, only the body falls. Right now, when you look at someone, I know I'm on my way out the door. I got that 1 foot, what is that? 1 foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. Well, I got that 1 foot on the banana peel and I'm like a person on a skateboard, okay? And when I look around, I can love all that I see. Not because of what is within them, because of what is within me. A greater understanding. You see, when you fight with somebody, you have a narrow view of who they are and who you are. All these psychiatrists died and they were in heaven, in the cafeteria eating. They have this section in heaven for psychiatrists and psychologists. And there's this guy. This guy keeps trying to get into the group, and they keep pushing him out. And somebody said, "Who is that?" They said, "Oh, that's God. He thinks he's a psychologist." Don't become too much of a psychologist and keep out what you are. When you do that, you keep out the love. And you are unable to live. Do I appear to you to be sad about where I am? Do I appear to you to feel bad about where I am? No. Why? Because I know who I am. Not in definition, but in being. Death teaches you this. I am that I am. You don't have to have that foot on the banana peel to know that. You have to come to allow what is within you to be. To simply love. Before the beginning, the great Mother God slept. In a moment, a movement, an activity, God the aggressive or God the Father was born. The dream that is the world. And instantly, God the Son was born. Love. I hate to say this to you, those of you who are Christian, I don't want to burst your bubble, but God the Son was not named Yahshua or Jesus. It is Jesus the Christ, Jesus the love. The love is the title of the statue gained by coming inside and learning about himself. The love. So, the love. He could have been named Joe. Okay? Joe the Christ. Or Alan the Christ. Or Carol the Christ. Key word, Christ, love. The anointed, the love. You come there. Because when all things fall away, All the illusions. See, death has this beautiful, magical way of saying, okay, sucker, give up the crap. You know the truth about you. You know the truth about you. You know when you're being a jerk. No one has to tell you. No one. Because someone outside of you tells you, you only get teed off. You're calling me a jerk? Yep, talking to you. Now we are angry because someone peeped our whole cart. No one has to. That is each and every one of our responsibilities to ourselves. To ourselves. See, nobody has to stand guard over us. We know. So when all of that falls away, love, a part of the fiber of our being, remains. Consciousness, intelligence remains. This teaches us how to live. So you see, death is this beautiful tool. And the earlier in your life that you realize you're going to die, the better and the longer you will have to enjoy your intelligence and love. The longer you will have to not live the lie. The lie. Which lie? I don't know. You know. You know that you are a poor, helpless being. That your parents don't understand you. Your kids don't understand you. No, you understand you. When you do, you will look in the eye of that person who is going before you and love them and speak to them as though you are an intelligent human being. Notice I didn't say don't condescend to them. I said you speak as though you are, as though you are an intelligent human being. Not them. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I am flabbergasted from time to time at the way people respond to me. What the hell is wrong with you? Do I look frail to you? Do I need your pity? I pity the fool that pity the fool. No. We are people. Forgive yourself. If the person who is dying is a parent, forgive yourself first. And then you will forgive them. First of all, when we talk from that perspective, children are young and inexperienced. They don't know that their parents are just little older children with just a tiny bit more experience. If you were a first child, I took a class in photography once. Guy told me, buy 2 cameras. Why? You're gonna screw up the first one. So then you have another one to fall back on. If you're a first kid, you're like the first camera. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. They thought they did. They tried. They tried their best. And that's all you can ask out of anyone. Try your best. They didn't know. As I said to my son, he said to me, I don't know, a long time ago, he said, I hate you. And I said, I understand. Because I was a mean, ignorant human being, full of pain, full of anger. I said, but now, it doesn't matter to me that you hate me. Only one thing matters. I love you. Now, you got to go and get over that. There's nothing I can do for you. There's no way I can help you out of that other than loving you. Will you see the love? I doubt it, because right now you're looking through hatred. You're looking through your own anger. And all you can see is that person who existed some time ago, not this one who exists now. That's all you can see. You brought this forward. I only brought it forward to the place where that night when I understood who I really was. That night, death came in a different way. It was the death of the ego, not the death of the body, so I have 2 deaths. Matter of fact, at this point in time, I've got so many. What's one more? Only one more. Okay. Only one more. Death came in the death of the ego, which allowed what I am to be. Those of us who are dying, for some of us, the first thing we do is deny it. And we fight with it. And we feel sorry for ourselves. And then we accept. This is it. Now, when we accept this is it, we also have to accept that all I think about, all I have thought about it, is also it. The next step, now I have to live. Even if I can't get out of this bed, I have to lie here in this bed and live. I have to look out that window and see the sky. If I can't look out that window and see the sky, I can look into the face of my doctors and my nurses and help them laugh. My doctor said, I'm about to be a little inappropriate. I was in there getting ready to leave. He said, you can go. Get these things, get this stuff out of me. I'm ready to go. And he called my name. I said, yeah, what? He said, what were you just doing? I said, brushing my teeth. He said, look, we've got a record of it. Look how even that is. And I was telling my intern here, he's either brushing his teeth, brushing his hair, or jerking off. Smooth, rhythmic strokes. to bring laughter, to look in the face. You see, sometimes, like about language and about situations that we consider, don't you know that you're considering those things as being bad things? It's bad against you? There are no bad things. There are only things. When you learn to let go and see the world for what it is, death teaches you that. You learn to live in a complete world. Let's go back. Yeah, please. We look at that story in the Bible, Adam and Eve in the garden. I don't mean to offend you, but yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I mean to offend you. The story of Adam and Eve in the garden is not the story of two people. It is the story of every person, every human being ever born, being born into the Garden of Eden, being born whole, complete. Now it says in there that they look, oh my God, we're naked. Yeah? Do you expect to be born in a fur coat? Stiletto heels? I don't think Mom would appreciate that a whole lot. Okay? No. They knew they were naked. So it is dividing the world into good and bad in your own mind. There's another statement in there someplace that says something about, judge ye not, lest ye be judged. Judged by your own ideas. See, when you come to know who you are and you come to know godliness, you know that God loves. And in that way, won't judge you. You are judged by your own behaviors and your own actions, by you. That's the perfect scenario. It's the perfect way. So God doesn't have to spend time watching you. I saw that, Jesse. Yep. Jessie touched herself one time on July 3rd. All right, don't let that happen again, you know. Nonsense. The law of cause and effect. You judge yourself. You divide the world into good and bad. It's my job to help you put that back together. That's what I do. That's what I do because I'm dying. I don't have any reason to BS you. I can tell you the truth because I'm going to die. So there. You can like it or you can lump it. Doesn't matter. Here you go, kid. I can tell you the truth because what are you going to do, kill me? No. You see how dying frees you? Frees me to just tell you, hey, cut the crap. I know in certain Eastern philosophies and things like that, the Chinese say, don't remove a fly from your neighbor's head with an axe. I'm not Chinese. I got my axe, and my axe is sharp. Now, you got that fly in the middle of your forehead, hold still, right there, right there. This may As they said to me in the hospital, little prick. Here you go. Bam. Why? Because you are a human being. You are God. And within you is all power. Now you stand up and you take this axe right between your eyes. You take it. Why? Because you can. It makes you expand what you think of as your limitation. God is not limited. And why you want to go around convincing yourself of that lie? Oh, poor me, I'm just so dainty and delicate. There's no dainty, delicate in living. Everything in life is strong. It wouldn't still be here if it did not have the strength to be here. Dainty, delicate. Live up to your responsibility. See, this is what death makes you do. Live up to your responsibility. Some would say, well, do you want help when you go through? No. I got it. I got it. When I don't have it, I'll say, excuse me, a little help here. I need to stand on my own so that I grow back to the strength that I had physically. I need to do it. When the first heart attack came, when can I go back working out? Oh, 6 weeks. 6 weeks is up. Time to go work out. Well, don't lift anything more than 10 pounds. I twitch my nose with 10 pounds. All right. Okay, Doc. Well, 100, 125. That's pretty good. It went from 125 to 395. Point is not about me as an individual, but it's about not lying down. I'm going to die, but it's got to come get me. I'm not meeting you halfway. Okay? I'm not going to lie down. Oh, woe is me. I'm going to die. Yeah, I am. But it'll be doing what I do. And it's not an arrogance. Don't misunderstand. It's just a knowledge of the strength that is the fiber of your being. A knowledge of the strength that is the fiber of your being. It's as simple as that. Who are you? Yeah. They shouldn't have fixed me up because I'll be in the gym next week. Sure will. And the week after that, until they do it to me again, they put me on that table again in 4 weeks. Okay? All right. As soon as the scar starts to heal, I can see it healing. Okay. Let's do it again. I'll be right back. Don't sell yourself short. Don't believe in your limitations. Don't be afraid to know that you are God. Now, that's a fearful thing. But death teaches you that. It teaches you to accept one fact. There is only one being in all of eternity. And if there is only one being in all of eternity, how can I be other than God? How can anything that is be other than God? Well, God is so powerful, he created me out of something that wasn't already here. He created all from what is here. And what is here is God. It's as simple as that. You have to have the courage to accept that fact. But you're afraid if you accept that fact, you're going to go to hell. Forget going. You're already there. Forget going to hell. The pain, the fire of the pain that you carry around every day. Accept the fact that you're going to die. And you'll accept the truth. And you will love those who are about to die as you love yourself. Love them. Doesn't say don't love them if they're an idiot. Love them. Don't say love them more if they're an idiot, because love is love is love is love is love. Just love them. Love yourself. Wake up in the morning and look at the sky. Wow. It's a gray sky. But think about this. You could not be looking at it. Gray, blue. Who told you gray was not a good color? Well, gray is a good color? All colors are good. The idea, guys, is that those things are not what matters, and death teaches you what matters. You're with that person, love them. Well, I just don't feel like this anymore. Shut up and feel like that. You don't feel like that because you're not in touch with who you are. You're not in touch with being lovingly kind. You're not treating yourself in a loving, kind manner. That's why you feel that way. If you treat yourself in a loving, kind manner, you will treat the person next to you, whether they're your mate, your friend, your whatever, in a loving, kind manner. Sometimes, with some thug or something, you have to treat them in a loving, kind manner. Just hold back just a little bit, but tap them enough so that they get the point. I love you. Now think what I'd do to you if I didn't like you. This is life. But see, if you are hateful in that, you're going to want to kill them. No, you just want them to, whoa. I cured a man of insanity once. He's walking down the street and he said, "Motherfucker, get the fuck out of my..." Before all of it was out of his mouth, I was right here. And he, I wasn't talking to you. I'm the only person out here. No, I was. You see, he didn't need years of therapy. He needed someone who loved him to confront him with his issues. He had issues. Love is not always. Love is to resolve the issue. And that's why I say sometimes I'm going to remove the fly from your head with an axe. I'm going to make you look directly at your crap, directly at what you judge the rest of the world by because you have judged yourself by it. Why should I have to say to God, now God, I don't want to hurt your feelings. This is God. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to God. You. You may not want to accept it, but I don't have to take your crap. I'm going to die. I can tell you straight. Here you go, kid. You want to deal with it? Deal with it. You don't want to deal with it? Don't deal with it. It's up to you. You can be as joyful and as happy as you want to be, or you can be as miserable. I want you to be so miserable till it just like slime off of a snail. You leave a trail of it. I want you to do that so that everybody parts the waves. You be like Moses parting the Red Sea. People just. One day, you go, is that me? Yeah, that's you. Oh. But that happens when you realize death. You realize you're going to die. You don't have time for that crap anymore. Forgive somebody, forgive yourself. My father, between the age of birth and 18, I think I saw my father twice, I saw my mother twice. They were divorced. Very early, I was raised by a grandmother. I think my father died last year. I think it was last year. Christmas. Before he died, he was so proud of his son. Okay? He was really very proud that I was his son. My son is smart. My son. Yeah. But I remember days where my grandmother and I, on a good day, we had mayonnaise sandwiches on white bread, on Wonder Bread. That was a feast. It was those other days when we had air sandwiches, you know. You sit around and pretend, that you're eating. I remember those times. Now, I go to see my father, and I said, I want you to listen. Don't say a word. You listen to me. I want to thank you. My grandmother every day of my life told me how smart you were, how brilliant you were, and I wanted to be just like you. And of all the things that I've ever done, academically and otherwise, I did it because I wanted to be smart like my father. Said when I felt bad about myself, I can look in the mirror and see your eyes, and I thought you were the most handsome man who ever lived. You gave me the ability to live my life, and I want to thank you. That was a whole lot better than saying, for a fat guy, you don't sweat too much or something like that. It's better than saying, I said the truth to him about the positive thing that I had in my life between us. I said the truth because I felt that way. Not angry at him for all the years. That's over with. That's done. I'm alive here today. My father and my mother, I hope that night of sex was good for them because I'm here. I hope they had a good time. I am here. I got it. I have it from here. You understand my point? Death teaches you to appreciate everything of your life. I was told that my father was one hell of a football player. So I became one hell of a football player. One hell of a football player. Because my father was. And when people would see me coming, adults would see me coming, they would go, there comes a little champ. That's Champ's son. Doesn't matter that the mayonnaise sandwich was. It matters that I got this from my father. Death teaches you to love for what is. Teaches you to love for what is. Only those people who are weak in spirit blame other people. Well, my mother or my father did this to me. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they did. But the torture that you're putting yourself through right here, right now, you did to you. Not them. You are doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Where is the holiness in that? So we were run to church and all that. Church is an easy place to be. It's an easy place to be. Right here is not an easy place to be because I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. I'm going to make it hot. You may not come back because your feet got too hot. We're tough titty, but somebody's got to suck it.
Wow.
Then don't. But you will know from this day what the problem is. You want to deal with it? Deal with it. Again, I got my little axe. I learned something important when I was a little kid. I had a little hammer about this long, little red hammer on it, little red handle on it, and had this little head on it. I learned that when something messed with me, if you took that little hammer and went boop, it would stop. No matter what it was. Dogs, cats, skunks, whatever. Pop! Oh. I haven't forgotten my little hammer. When I was a teacher, and they wanted to drop the level of expectation so that certain kids would have a better chance. I hated that. You bring the kid up to the expectation. And see, I'm still that way. I'm not calling you kids, but I'm saying you have to live up to the expectation and to the right of being God. You have to live up to that. You can't live down to that. Live up to it. You live up to it by knowing you're going to die. You existed before you took form. You exist while you are in form. You will exist after form. So one day, one night, in the middle of the night, when you get up to go pee, and you're sitting there, and you hear somebody tell a dirty joke, it's only me. Saying, wake up. Wake up. Live. Live. When's the last time you just danced? I don't mean go out dancing. I mean just danced. Just dance. Just sing. I say sing. I sing all the time. Can't sing a lick. You know, dogs and stuff. The cats go, excuse me, but I think that's wah, wah. Sing, because song is in your heart. Let the song be in your heart. You don't need a reason to be happy. If you look for a reason to be happy, you will never be happy. Listen to the way your mind structures things. Negative, 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 negative. I want you to sit down. Just take a few minutes today. Sit down and think about your death. Think about the faces of the people around you that you love. What would happen to them? Think about your not being able to look in their eyes ever again. Think about this. If you got a mate or not, you got a friend or a family member or a dog or a cat, take their paws in your hand and just look at them. Just look at them. And realize this is not forever. And it's short. It's short. Yesterday, I was one of the better athletes in 2 sports in the whole world. I was young and dashing and handsome and no good. Drinking and smoking and carousing. Don't move fast enough to carouse anymore. Don't drink anymore. Jesus, because I realize it tastes like crap. Don't drink. I don't smoke anymore. I'm not having a good... No, yes, I am. Yesterday. Today I'm perceived as an older man. I'm perceived that way. But there's a 16-year-old in here still wanting to get out. Yeah. Let him out. You may not be able to do what you did as fast anymore, but shuffle on off to it. I still get in those distance runs of 10 or 15 yards. Top speed, 10 yards in 10 minutes. But I can feel, I remember one day being on the track, feeling the wind touch my skin, and I'm stretching out. And I hear somebody say, "Excuse me," and I look down, and a woman about 8 months pregnant is going past me. But that's okay. In here, I was 16 again, and I was moving. You understand? Depth of the experience for time. Okay. Death teaches you. Get back in the game. Experience the depth of the moment. The depth of the moment. You know, there are times in your life when you're at a certain age that you can't look at somebody else, a family member or whatever, and say, I love you. But if you have problems with that, then do that. But if you don't have a problem with that, it's not necessary to do that. You do it by other means. All I'm saying to you is, when you feel the resistance, it's time to take that step. When you feel the resistance, in the next moment, you could be dead. See, it's all about you. It's all about you. All about you. You can blame whomever, whatever, whenever. It's all